Let me ask you something that might save your bones. Have you noticed yourself getting shorter over the years? Do you feel a dull ache in your back after standing for a while? Maybe you've become more cautious about stepping off curbs or walking on uneven surfaces because you're afraid of falling. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And what I'm about to tell you might shock you, maybe even make you angry. Because the problem isn't just getting older. It's not just genetics or hormones. It's not even lack of exercise or calcium supplements. The real culprits are sitting in your refrigerator right now. 2 everyday beverages that you probably drink without thinking twice. Drinks that seem innocent, even healthy, but are silently leaching calcium from your bones and setting you up for fractures, hunched posture, and loss of independence. In today's episode, I'll reveal the 2 common drinks that are systematically weakening your skeleton, making your bones porous and brittle, and dramatically increasing your risk of life-changing fractures. These aren't exotic or unusual beverages. These are drinks that millions of seniors consume daily, believing they're harmless or even beneficial. But here's the most terrifying part. These drinks don't just affect your bones today. They create a cascade of calcium loss that accelerates with each sip, slowly stealing your strength, your height, and your confidence over months and years. If you're over 60 and want to protect your bones and maintain your independence, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm going to share critical information that could prevent devastating fractures and keep you strong for decades to come. Most people think bone loss is inevitable with age. But I'll show you exactly how these 2 drinks are accelerating your bone loss far beyond what's natural. And more importantly, what to drink instead to actually rebuild your bone strength. Let me tell you about one of my patients. Let's call her Patricia. She's 67 years old, and she came to me after her second fracture in 18 months. First, she broke her wrist falling in her garden. Then she fractured 2 ribs just from coughing too hard during a cold. "Doctor," she said, "I don't understand. I take calcium supplements. I do weight-bearing exercise. I thought I was doing everything right for my bones." Patricia's bone density tests showed severe osteoporosis. Her bones were like Swiss cheese. But when I looked at her daily routine, I discovered something shocking. Patricia wasn't suffering from a calcium deficiency. She was getting plenty of calcium in her diet and supplements. The problem was that 2 specific drinks she consumed every single day were literally forcing that calcium out of her bones and out of her body through her urine. No amount of calcium supplements could compete with this daily calcium drain. Within 6 weeks of eliminating these 2 drinks and replacing them with bone-building alternatives, Patricia's calcium levels stabilized. Within 4 months, her bone density tests showed improvement for the first time in years. Within 8 months, she felt confident and strong again. Now, before I reveal these 2 bone-destroying drinks, you need to understand what's happening inside your bones when you drink them, especially after age 60. Your bones aren't static structures. They're living tissue that's constantly breaking down and rebuilding. This process is called bone remodeling, and it requires a delicate balance of minerals, hormones, and nutrients. After age 60, your body naturally slows down bone building while bone breakdown continues at the same rate. This creates a negative balance. You're losing bone faster than you're building it. But certain drinks can accelerate this process dramatically. When you consume these specific beverages, they create an acidic environment in your body. To neutralize this acid, your body pulls calcium and other minerals directly from your bones, essentially using your skeleton as a buffer system. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research followed 3,500 adults over 60 for 5 years. Those who regularly consumed these 2 drinks had 35% faster bone loss, 50% higher fracture rates, and showed signs of accelerated spinal compression compared to those who avoided them. But here's what gives me hope. Bones are remarkably responsive to dietary changes. When you eliminate the drinks that drain calcium and start consuming bone-building beverages instead, your bones can begin to strengthen within just a few weeks. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss my upcoming videos on the foods and supplements that can reverse bone loss and prevent fractures. Your bones will thank you. Let me tell you about another patient, George, a 72-year-old retired mechanic. He'd always been strong and sturdy, but recently he'd been experiencing back pain and noticed he couldn't reach things on high shelves like he used to. When we did his bone density test, we found significant bone loss in his spine and hips. But George was confused. He drank milk every day, took calcium supplements, and stayed active. How could his bones be getting weaker? The answer was in his daily beverage choices. George was unknowingly consuming 2 drinks that were systematically destroying his bone health, despite all his efforts to maintain strong bones. Drink number 1. The silent bone thief. The first drink that's destroying your bones is soda. Any kind of soda, but especially cola drinks. And this includes diet soda, which many seniors think is a healthier choice. Here's what happens when you drink soda. The phosphoric acid in cola creates an acidic environment in your body. To neutralize this acid, your body pulls calcium and magnesium directly from your bones. But that's not the worst part. Soda also contains caffeine, which increases calcium excretion through your kidneys. This means you're not only pulling calcium from your bones to neutralize acid, but you're also urinating out the calcium you consume in food and supplements. A 2019 study found that women over 60 who drank just 1 can of cola daily had 20% lower bone density than those who didn't drink soda. Men showed similar results, with regular soda consumption linked to a 15% increase in hip fractures. But here's what shocked me. Diet soda was actually worse for bones than regular soda. The artificial sweeteners in diet drinks increase calcium excretion even more than sugar, creating an even greater calcium drain. Patricia was drinking 2 diet colas every day, thinking she was making a healthy choice by avoiding sugar. Instead, she was systematically weakening her bones with every sip. Drink number 2, the deceptive bone destroyer. The second drink that's damaging your bones might surprise you. It's excessive coffee. Now, I'm not saying you can't have coffee, but if you're drinking more than 2 to 3 cups per day, you're putting your bones at serious risk. Coffee contains caffeine and compounds called tannins that interfere with calcium absorption. When you drink coffee, especially on an empty stomach, you're reducing your body's ability to absorb calcium from food and supplements by up to 50%. But the real problem is the timing and amount. Many seniors drink coffee throughout the day, often consuming 4 to 6 cups or more. Each cup of coffee causes you to lose about 6 milligrams of calcium through your urine. If you're drinking 5 cups of coffee daily, you're losing 30 milligrams of calcium. That's equivalent to losing the calcium from a glass of milk. A 2021 study published in Osteoporosis International found that people over 60 who consumed more than 4 cups of coffee daily had 40% higher rates of hip fractures and showed accelerated bone loss in their spine. George was drinking coffee all day long, a pot in the morning, another pot in the afternoon, and often a cup after dinner. He thought he was just staying alert, but he was actually draining his bones of calcium with every cup. The most insidious part is that both of these drinks are often consumed with meals, which is when your body should be absorbing calcium from food. Instead, you're actively blocking calcium absorption and increasing calcium excretion. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you get my latest videos on bone health, nutrition, and healthy aging. Your skeleton depends on the choices you make every day. But here's the good news. There are specific drinks that can actually help rebuild your bone strength and reverse years of bone loss. The number 1 bone-building drink, fortified plant milk. The best drink for your bones after 60 is fortified plant milk, specifically fortified almond milk, soy milk, or oat milk. These beverages are typically fortified with calcium, vitamin D, and magnesium in optimal ratios for bone health. Unlike dairy milk, plant milks are alkaline, which means they don't create an acidic environment that pulls calcium from your bones. The calcium in fortified plant milk is often more bioavailable than the calcium in dairy milk, meaning your body can actually absorb and use it more effectively. A 2020 study found that people over 60 who consumed fortified plant milk daily had 25% better calcium absorption and showed improved bone density markers compared to those who drank dairy milk or no milk at all. Bone-building smoothie recipe. Here's a powerful bone-building smoothie that I recommend to all my patients. Ingredients: 1 cup fortified unsweetened almond milk, 1 cup fresh spinach, rich in vitamin K and magnesium, 1/2 cup frozen berries, antioxidants that protect bones, 1 tablespoon ground flaxseed, omega-3 fatty acids, 1 tablespoon almond butter, healthy fats and protein, 1/2 banana, potassium for bone health, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, ice as needed. This smoothie provides over 300 milligrams of bioavailable calcium, plus vitamin K, magnesium, and other bone-building nutrients. Drink this daily instead of soda or excessive coffee, and watch your bone health improve. Other bone-supporting drinks. Green tea contains compounds that actually stimulate bone formation. Limit to 2 cups daily to avoid excess caffeine. Bone broth, rich in collagen, calcium, and magnesium. Homemade is best, but high-quality store-bought versions work too. Fortified orange juice. Choose calcium-fortified varieties and limit to 4 to 6 ounces daily due to sugar content. Herbal teas, nettle tea, red clover tea, and horsetail tea are traditionally used for bone health. Let me give you a specific daily beverage plan to maximize your bone health. Morning bone protection. Protocol: instead of coffee or soda, start your day with the bone-building smoothie I shared earlier. If you must have coffee, limit it to 1 cup and drink it at least 30 minutes after eating breakfast to minimize calcium interference. Midday hydration. Drink fortified plant milk or herbal tea. If you're craving something bubbly, try sparkling water with a splash of calcium-fortified orange juice. Afternoon. Energy. Instead of a 2nd cup of coffee or afternoon soda, try green tea or a small cup of bone broth. These provide gentle energy without depleting your calcium stores. Evening recovery. End your day with a warm cup of herbal tea or a small glass of fortified plant milk. This provides calcium for overnight bone repair. Hydration throughout the day. Water is essential for bone health. Add a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon to enhance mineral absorption. Patricia followed this exact protocol. Within 2 weeks, she noticed less back pain. Within 6 weeks, her energy improved, and she felt more stable on her feet. Within 4 months, her bone density test showed improvement for the first time in years. George had equally impressive results. He replaced his all-day coffee habit with the bone-building smoothie in the morning and green tea in the afternoon. Within 3 months, his back pain decreased significantly, and he felt more confident and steady. But let me address something important. You might be thinking, "But doctor, I've been drinking coffee and soda for decades. Is it too late?" The answer is absolutely not. Your bones are constantly remodeling, and they respond quickly to positive changes. Even if you've been consuming bone-damaging drinks for years, your bones can begin to strengthen within weeks of making better choices. The key is consistency and patience. Here are the warning signs that your bones are getting weaker. Getting shorter over time, loss of height. Developing a hunched posture. Back pain, especially in the lower back. Feeling unsteady or afraid of falling. fractures from minor incidents. Dental problems, your jawbone is affected too. Muscle weakness, especially in your legs. If you have any of these signs, it's crucial to eliminate bone-damaging drinks immediately and start the bone-building protocol. Remember, every sip of soda or excessive coffee is a sip that's weakening your bones. But every sip of bone-building beverages is an investment in your strength, your independence, and your quality of life. Here's what I want you to do starting today. First, eliminate soda completely from your diet. If you're addicted to the fizz, try sparkling water with a splash of fruit juice. Second, limit coffee to no more than 2 cups daily and never drink it on an empty stomach. Third, replace these bone-damaging drinks with the bone-building alternatives I shared. Fourth, try the bone-building smoothie recipe. Make it part of your daily routine. Fifth, pay attention to the warning signs. If you're experiencing any symptoms of bone loss, take action immediately. Your bones are your foundation for independence. They support everything you do: walking, exercising, playing with grandchildren, maintaining your home. Don't let 2 simple drinks rob you of your strength and mobility. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with anyone over 60 who needs to protect their bone health. Together, we can prevent unnecessary fractures and keep seniors strong and independent. If you found this information helpful, let me know in the comments. Type strong bones if you're ready to eliminate these bone-damaging drinks and start building stronger bones today. Or share your own story. Have you noticed any of the warning signs I mentioned? As always, I'm Dr. Harold Whitman, and I'll be here next week with more strategies to help you stay strong, healthy, and independent, one smart choice at a time. Remember, your bone health is not an accident. It's the result of thousands of daily choices, including what you choose to drink. Make every sip count toward building stronger, more resilient bones. Stay strong, stand tall, and take care of that amazing skeleton of yours. It's supporting you every single day.